How's it going, guys? We're back for that next episode the next following day. So you may hear my fan in the background as usual, but it's on a lower setting, so you shouldn't really build to hear it too much. And it is also raining, so you may hear stormy sounds outside too. But as usual, we try to keep each video within the 30-minute range, normal difficulty as usual. And last I remembered, we ran from the giant dude and escaped the twins and all that stuff, so apparently we're going down the rabbit hole. Oh yes, the whole wall rider thing. I almost forgot about that. Hope you guys' Monday's going good. I just had lunch, so decided to get a recording in. It's amazing a bunch of crazy nut jobs managed to do all this damage. But then again, when you push people to the brink of their limits, they'll do amazing things. Some things you didn't think was humanly possible. Parts of survival. Oh yes, the sewers. Now, as you don't know, you might have, if you didn't even watch the first video, and this is the first video you ever watched, I have watched plenty of YouTubers actually play this game. However, I still consider it blind because I'm not going to remember everything that happens in this game. However, I do remember that you do have to run from the fat guy in this sewer area, and it's a giant maze, and he's extremely fast for how big he actually is. 6'5", 330 pounds, if I have to guess. And he has the capabilities of ripping people's heads off, so there's that too. So yeah, let's go exploring. Now, how the hell is a bunch of boulders gonna block that off? And it's always it's always amazing to me is how conveniently he's well placed in the game for how much of a nuisance he is, how well he gets around this asylum very quickly is very interesting to me. Ooh, that's bright. Apologize for everyone's eyes there. Hey champ, you give me some directions here, that'd be real nice of you. Are you still alive? Sir? No? Alright. You know, there's been opportune moments for our character to actually escape the goddamn asylum prison, but yet for some odd reason, he has not encountered the Wall Rider, so there's not that spiritual, physical presence to stop him. He just decides to proceed further into the asylum itself. Now, I do know that Outlast is based on books from the last I read from people's comments, stuff like that, through other YouTubers and stuff like that. I'm assuming that's the way we have to go. So I don't know how much the game's actually based off the book itself. Because usually when games or movies based, or excuse me, when games and books usually based off, basically into movies, or you know, vice versa, you know, they usually either change things, or some things are not actually accurate, or they add their own things into it, and they either break or make the, you know, movie, game, or book itself. So hello? There's someone here with us. The thing with games like Outlast and stuff like that, it reminds me of movies like Cloverfield 13 or Cloverfield Lane, or whatever the hell that crappy movie was called, and especially like the Blair Witch Project, where it's just all video cam, and to me that just kind of really ruins the immersive of the movie itself, you know. Okay, so it's saving now. You have to flush the water by turning tube. Okay, yeah, so it's the two valve things, like the one before, except we gotta deal with the big fat guy. What are we looking at here? Prison block drain, female ward drain. So it's basically a co-ed asylum. blocks. Oh shit. Excuse me for the moment. I want to study his movement before I get my ass involved in there. No, dumbass. I want to look. Okay. So we gotta go against Bowser over here. I want to see what his movements are. No, I don't know if it's gonna actually have the main villain guy over there move around, or he'll just stay within a certain spot until you actually activate that area itself. Very fascinated about how games are designed like that. I know we're going to be doing a lot of stealthing and crouching in this area, so, and a lot of running too. So you drop down from the sewer entrance. Okay, so you patrol left to right. I don't know how well those boxes are going to keep us hidden, but we'll give it a whirl. Now, usually with NPCs like this, their whole thing is based on sound, not so much really sight. Unless he actually spots you in the open or something like that, so back and forth. I'm assuming he's guarding the two entrances. That's a dead end there. It's always good too when you play these type of games is actually time the movement. How long they go from back and forth, especially if they're guarding areas. You may take a little more time in your video, but however, you know, if you're trying to go through something like a non-death run, something like that, that's even possible in Outlast. It does help a lot. I want to say about 30 seconds. I didn't keep track. You can hear his chains. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So we'll say roughly about 15 seconds. Oh, that was just another thing there, okay. Really, these batteries don't last worth their shit, do they? Damn. Okay. So there's a place we can jump right there. I'm assuming that's where the other valve is. I say every 15 seconds he'll move. I know, it's not very immersive. You're not getting that horror feel of people just, you know, crying like a baby. I take these games into like very strategy type of things to try to beat this game as best as possible, and at least give some sort of guidance to people, being like, hey, you know, this is how long it's going to take, this is what the enemy's going to be around, so on and so forth. Okay, touch that. Close the door. Hello? Hello? I hate that. And he'll come through the door. Most likely. I'm taking an orange juice drink here, break for a split second. You can hear his chains. He's walking. This means he just got over the platform. Alright, it's fight time. Who's gonna win? This guy or Michael Myers? Both have been in an insane asylum. Both are actually fast for actually how tall they are. I'd probably give this guy the slight edge just because he's probably gonna weigh more than Michael Myers. But Michael Myers has got some strong durability. He's walking away. Should be at that little hunch thing. Okay, he just jumped over. And he's down the hallway. Apologize for that lens flare there. And there he goes. Does his casual little look back. Stops at his little guiding point. He'll do a quick walk back. Since that area has been cleared, he's most likely not going to be going that way. Now, we have two options here. We can either try to go this way, which that's a dead end right there, thanks to the good camera zoom. The one thing I kind of think I wish they kind of would put in Outlast is ways of distraction. Okay. So which means it has to be that. Okay. That's gonna be cutting it close. I don't know how well he's able to see us. Okay, he just jumped over there. Barely make him out, like right there. I don't see any other way. Oh, he just walked right by there. Which means if there's another way around, there's probably going to be like a L-shaped way where it goes through this way, then it stops to a dead end to where the main room is right there. I don't know if that's going to be an open area that's completely closed. I'd rather take the chance and wait for him to come back around and hit that other platform over that area first. I know, for 10 minutes, you're not making any much progress. Yeah, well, this is a horror game, so, you know, as long as I can live as long as possible and add some sort of strategy to help you guys out in this game, especially for first-time players of Outlast, you know. Like I said, horror games don't really get to me. Occasionally, once in a great while, a jump scare may get to me. You know, I know do see it coming, but like I said, I try to strategize these type of games as best as possible. So, I do apologize. You always can go ahead and skip ahead of the video if you want. This guy's sniffling like a goddamn baby over here. It means he stops someone right within that area. Now, is he going to continue to patrol this area? Oh, wait a minute. He's coming back. Okay, so it looks like he might just be patrolling that area then. Did they make it to where his AI is just going to patrol that area? Come on, pork chop, you want this meal, you're gonna have to fight for it, boy. I'm a teenage mutant ninja turtle, you ain't catching me, son. Fat boy, covered in barbecue sauce. And just like that. You know, he caught the eyesight of me, but, however, he did not actually get us. It ends. So I'm assuming this is where we're gonna need to go. It is. The door's already busted open as it is. Heyo! Drain the sewers! I hate they put your camera away. Kind of annoying. Now, we have to get back down to the sewer entrance. I've seen a lot of YouTubers actually struggle within this area. Mostly because they're just trying to figure out where the hell his little pathway goes. So he'll guard that entrance. He'll most likely jump over. Then he jumps over. His AI will continue to go through that way. However, we will follow him. As long as you don't make too much noise, the AI sensor shouldn't really actually be picking it up. You know, unless it's like hypersensitive to the point where it will pick up even the slightest little splash. You know, as long as you don't make too much noise, the AI shouldn't really detect you. And since usually barriers like this have some sort of invisible wall, so where they can't just like immediately see you like right there and like immediately just aggro right on you, it should just pretty much keep you protected. One of the little plot armors in games. He just jumped over. I apologize for that lens flare there. And just like that, got the sewers done. And didn't die either. And I am using my Alexa for my timer, so you may hear me talk to Alexa. So roughly about maybe, you know, 5 or 6 minutes right there, but I mean, like I said, if you're trying to go for like a non-death run, or, you know, you're just really struggling in this area, you can't really figure out, you know, Barbecue Man's whole thing, and, you know, then it should help you out a lot there. 1 second. Alexa, how much time is left?
You have 11 minutes left on the 30-minute timer.
Alright, you heard her. We got 11 minutes left. So, yeah. Like I said, I've seen a lot of YouTubers struggle with an area. You know, they pretty much just rush it. They end up dying multiple times. You know, their paranoia starts kicking in. You know, where's he at? How am we get past this area? And, you know, you just take a little time, take a little breather, you get over your fear. You know, you'll usually conquer it. Outlast is basically a psychological game that's meant to torture your mind, you know, with the jump scares, the ambient sounds. You know, it's meant to get that adrenaline rush, where just your normal horror game is usually just, you know, blood, gore, and people dying, all this crap, and, you know, just to scare you. Oh, someone died. So you don't know what the Wall Rider is, basically a little story from the amount of times I've watched Outlast itself. It's basically a guy that's in a bubble capsule that is developed such a psychological scar on his brain and his mind. He actually managed to adapt his psyche to nanobots that formed a ghost-like figure that roams around this area, literally just killing people. Hey! Father Martin, get your ass over here. Push these boulders out of the way. So, that's basically what it is. Thanks to...
You don't have to be scared of me.
Hey,
I
buddy!
know we're the same.
Yeah!
You still know it's real.
Yes, I do.
The doctor's dead. You know that, right? Dr. Barricade.
Yeah,
Died
really...
before he even started working here. What kind of experiments does a dead doctor perform on living patients? That's the question.
Oh, I thought you were the guy from Resident Evil 4. What you buying? What you selling? Yeah, nice little shop there, buddy. Oh, wait a minute. Was that just a glare? A glitch? Oh, it was just a glitch. Before we dive into that sewer hole over there, let's see what else we can find in this area. We'll be right back with you there, sir. The shopkeeper from Resident Evil 4. Excuse me, sir. You got a battery up here? Oh, you do. That is so nice of you. Thank you very much. Somewhere I don't think I've ever seen anyone actually do a non-death run on Outlast. Like I said, not sure if that's even possible, even on a normal difficulty. I would assume it would be if you play the game multiple times. You know the strategies of the AI. You know, but I don't know if there's like actual main death scenes or death parts in this game where it's just mandatory you die. I do know in the end you do die, but that's like just based around story. But like action, you know, action consequences in the game besides, you know, the fat barbecue guy trying to get you and stuff like that. So I don't think there's any actual like permanent deaths to pretty much stop you, and then you know you play another character or something like that. Hey, let's take a shower in that sewer water. Okay, you guys are going for that burgundy red in here. Okay, interesting colors, interesting colors. Very Halloween-esque, I'll give you that. Hello? Okay. Excuse me, I'm coming in. Knock knock. No? Okay, I guess I'm not coming in. Dude, you need to chill the hell out. You're like standing there like you're butt naked in the goddamn cold, just jittering away. I swear, this guy's shit's like really annoying. I'm gonna try to end this video in the last next save we get. Otherwise, it'll probably just be back to where the shopkeeper guy is. I don't think we'll be dealing with Fat Barbecue Man anytime soon. I could be completely wrong, but I do not remember. Okay. I didn't really want to... I mean, you could always just do like this. I mean, that I don't want to really do that to mess with people's eyes and stuff like that, too. This game's very photosensitive, too, so... okay. There. Alright, cool. Oh, that was a door that was out there. Can we get a save going on here? Oh, no. Open the door. Oh, there you go. Okay, what do we got in this place? Some boxes. Looks like it's going to be a drop downs. I wonder if we're entering that one area that I think we're entering. Can we jump down? Wait a minute. Okay, so there's a hole back there. I didn't want to drop down there, but okay. We might have that hole, I don't know. You know what's amazing to me is that the way he reloads his battery. There's that ambient light, but if you take out the night vision, it's completely pitch black. It's always an interesting touch to me with the Outlast game like that. These water scenes always remind me like the scenes, I think, was it from Aliens, where they're going through the water and stuff like that, and then an alien pops up from that and just takes the kid and shit. Okay, that might have been just a shortcut, or that might have led somewhere else into the battery. Oh, I didn't mean to refill that battery back up. Damn it, I was hitting the flashlight. 1 second there, guys. Alexa, how much time is left?
You have 4 minutes and 10 seconds left.
Alright, we got 4 minutes left. So let's see if we can get that save. Otherwise, like I said, we'll try to go back to Shopkeeper Man. The last auto save. Oh shit, are you kidding me? We got Barbecue Man? No, are you kidding me? You're telling me you're... Oh, I gotta deal Barbecue Man? Alright. We're gonna end it right there because I don't feel like we're trying to outrun Barbecue Man in the next 4 goddamn minutes. Like I said, follow that strategy. You know, it should help you out. Like I said, it may take you a little longer to get through the sewers, but you know, if you're trying to go for that non-death run or you're really struggling with that area, I think that part should really help you out a lot. Like I said, always, you know, take your time when it comes to games like these, especially when it has a patrolling enemy. You know, when it's one of those hide and seek type of games, you can't, you know, fight him off. You know, even if you're spending like 10 minutes of the game, you know, you're just freaking out, you know, you just can't get past this part, you know, just remember to breathe and then just time their movements, because basically between each of his patrols it was about 15 seconds, so it gives you more than enough time to hit those sewer switches and stuff like that, you know, and then just, you know, listen to his footsteps when he's about to go over one of the hurdles or when he stops on one of his brakes. You know, just follow that, and it should make Outlast a lot easier to actually get through and stuff like that too. But either way, stay safe, healthy, and sanitized. Make sure to like, subscribe, and leave comments below. Make sure to share my videos, and hope with this, I guess technically Outlast guide in a sense, since it's still my own playthrough, but still a strategy game for me too at the same time, and I hope it helps you guys out too. I'll see you guys.